The killing of Charlie Kirk is the latest in the growing epidemic of American political violence. The death of the Trump ally is America's latest murder of a political figure. Now, the 31-year-old was debating political opponents in Utah College. He was giving a talk, going into his prove me wrong style debate, when a single shot from a rooftop silenced him. This was also a chilling assault on free speech and democracy. Now, the shooting has become a part of a spike in political violence across ideologies and representatives of both major parties. The assassination of Kirk is the latest reminder of how political disputes have turned into bitter hostility that is splitting the country. Just 3 months ago, a masked gunman disguised as a police officer shot two Minnesota state lawmakers in their home, killing one. Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hotman, a prominent Democrat and former House Speaker, and her husband Mark were fatally shot in their home in a targeted attack. It was also termed an act of targeted political violence. The attack shocked Minnesota. Vance Boilter was indicted on first-degree murder charges. Now, in addition to the deaths of the Hotmans, Boilter was also accused of shooting and wounding State Senator John A. Hoffman and his wife before dawn on June 14th in a separate attack. Authorities noted that Boilter had a hit list of 45 individuals, primarily Democratic officials and reproductive rights advocates. Boilter, a conservative Christian with anti-abortion views and a supporter of Trump, was apprehended after a manhunt. Now, in another incident, a man scaled an iron security fence, broke into the Pennsylvania governor's mansion and set it on fire, while Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro and his family slept inside. In April 2025, the fire forced Shapiro, a Jewish Democrat, and his family to flee. Now, the attack, which occurred on a Jewish holiday, was described as a deliberate act of political violence. The suspect, who admitted to hating Shapiro and planning to attack him with a hammer, was apprehended. Cody Balmer, 38-year-old, has been jailed since turning himself in on charges that include attempted homicide, arson, assault, and burglary. The fire caused millions of dollars of damage. Governor Shapiro condemned the attack as part of a broader rise in political violence, stating this kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. Now, reportedly, the US Capitol Police Threat Assessment Section investigated 9,474 concerning statements and direct threats against members of Congress last year, the highest number since 2021, the year that the Capitol was attacked by Trump supporters. In examining 30 years of data, the Center for Strategic and International Studies found the number of attacks and plots in the past 5 years is nearly triple that of the preceding 25 years combined. And the most notorious of these events was the shooting of Trump during a camping rally last year. On July 13, 2024, Trump narrowly escaped an assassination attempt during the camping rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. A gunman, Thomas Matthew Crooks, fired 8 rounds from an AR-15 style rifle, grazing Trump's ear, killing one spectator and critically injuring 2. 2 years before that, a hammer-wielding assailant broke into the home of the then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a prominent Democrat. But repeatedly, each political attack seems to inspire partisans to find evidence that the attacker is on the other side. In the hours after Kirk's death was confirmed, while politicians of both parties offered condolences, it wasn't long before conservative social media users openly accused Democrats who offered condolences of being to blame for Kirk's death and called for revenge. Experts point to the role of dehumanizing political rhetoric in fueling violence, the proliferation of conspiracy theories and inflammatory language on social media platforms, along with easy accessibility of firearms and lack of unified condemnation of violence that creates environment for heightened potential for bloodshed.